Yes, yes. And so,
We want to welcome everybody tonight to SMB Horse Sales Summer Select Invitational Sale Preview. We're going to be going through the horses and doing a preview off of the videos of these horses. Similar to what we did in May, if you were attending our online May sale, we are in kind of a new world this year with doing some of these online sales. We were kind of forced that direction in May due to the COVID-19, and as well as it turned out, and knowing that a lot of other sales were canceled, we decided to schedule this sale. This is a select sale where we have invited the consignors that are participating and been selective on the horses. We're excited about this selection of horses that we've got in this sale. We think it's very possibly the best selection of horses that we've ever had. And we're excited to get this sale going. The bidding is now open. It's open in the system. You'll be able to see here in just a second. Some of the bidding, we'll kind of talk about how that is. We want to talk about the fact that all of these horses in this sale have had a pre-purchase. It is a general pre-purchase. We want to talk a little bit about what that entailed. It is a general health exam as far as respiratory, temperature, checking the eyes, the ears, checking for scars and blemishes, basically looking for anything that might be concerning, listening to the heart and those types of things. And then there was a flex lameness exam. That is where the veterinarian will flex each leg and then observe the horse in a walk, trot, and a lope. Our experience has been that if there's a significant issue with the horse, it will show up in a flex exam. Even an older horse with arthritis, it will show some things in the flex exam. They have also soul tested, and you can see all of those vet reports are in the pictures of these horses. In a minute when we get in the catalog, you'll be able to see. I'll show you a couple of those. Keep in mind that these consignors are located all over the area in the region here, and so they've all used different vets. So from there, we will jump in here and get started. For those that are wanting to know kind of how to get into everything, if you go to our main website, which is smbhorsesales.com, you can see it here. Right on the very top, there's a click here to bid online. If you're already registered, you can click on that. It's going to take you into the catalog. You'll see the bidding. I want to point out, if you're wondering about bidding, we've got a video right here. It's about 9 minutes. You can go watch it. A lot of this we'll cover on this live stream, but if you want a refresher, you can go and watch that. If you haven't registered, there's a button right here to click here to register. I'll also point out, if you go to the horses gallery for this sale, which is the July 2020, again, click here to bid online, register to bid online, so it's there. I'm going to go ahead and jump in to the Octria site. That is the platform that we're doing this, the bidding in. It will be in the catalog. You'll notice we had a practice that some of you have been participating and using, and then it jumps into the horses. So from this main area, we want to point out this is all the bidding takes place in the catalog. So you can click on that catalog and go to there, and then if you want to bid on a horse, you can click to go in. It shows you what the top bid is currently, or what the starting bid might be. So this horse has already got a bid. The current bid's $3,500. If you want to bid, you can click and go in. This horse, to start the horse, would be $3,000. So right now it'll tell you starting bid or the current bid. We want to point out there is a tab here for Consignor Info, Sales Terms and Conditions. Here are the sales terms and conditions down here. Please review those. You agreed to them when you registered and signed in. Please be familiar with them. We've had some questions around the payment terms. If you have not already gotten approval from us to pay for some other way than a credit card, then at this point, credit card is the only option. There is a 3% fee. That's what it costs us to process the credit card, and we just pass that on. To do anything else would have needed approval earlier today when the banks were open. So at this point, if you've not already gotten approval for another method of payment, then it would be credit card only. For those of you that submitted for approval, you should have got a response from us letting you know you were approved for the bank wire. The consignor info right here. If you have questions about these horses, if you have a horse you're interested in and you haven't talked to the consignor, please go and call these consignors. Make sure that you understand what they will do with you as far as transportation. Many of them are willing to meet you or do just some different things, but please call and talk to them. Make sure you understand that. Please call and talk to them and ask them about the horses if you have not already. We know a lot of people have been out and visited and ridden some of these horses and talked to them, but if you're registering to bid and you're watching and you have not talked to these consignors, we highly encourage you to call the consignor and ask questions about these horses to make sure that you're familiar and you know what you're bidding on. I'll point one other thing out here is my account. If you're the winning bidder on a horse and you want to go in and pay, you can click on that account. It will take you in. So one other thing there, I just clicked on the catalog sponsors. We did not necessarily put out for catalog sponsors, but these are the sponsors from our last sale. Many of these sponsors continue to sponsor us over and over. Take a minute and go in and take a look at those. We appreciate everybody that helps us and sponsors our sales and helps us get these put on. With that, I'm going to go back into the catalog. We will scroll down here. We're going to start, and I will work out of this catalog to kind of give you an idea, and we will play the videos out of here and talk about the horses. This is hip number one. You can see he's already been started. His current bid is at $2,000. Notice this red bar. This means that his reserve's not been met. When the reserve's met, that will disappear, and it will not say anything about the reserve. So if the reserve's not met, it will tell you. Once the reserve's met, that'll drop off, and you know that the reserve of the seller has been met. For those that are new to an auction type sale, a reserve is the minimum price that a seller has set, and that has to be met in order for the horse to sell. Notice right here, it also tells you when the bidding ends. Hip number one ends at 6 p.m. Keep in mind that's a soft close. If somebody bids between 5:59 and 6 p.m. tomorrow, this will extend to 6:02. It will extend again if somebody bids in the last 30 seconds. That's to allow for anybody else that's bidding to have a chance to bid back if somebody bids at the last second. Again, it shows the current bid here. This is in the quick bid mode. If you just bid, it will take it to the next increment. If you go to custom bid, notice proxy bidding is checked. If you're not going to be available tomorrow towards the end and you wanted to put, say, a $5,000 limit in here, this would bid up automatically to the reserve until the reserve drops off. Then it will bid. If anybody else bids, say you put $5,000 in, somebody came in and bid $2,250, it will kick their bid and put you up to $2,250 until you meet the proxy bid max that you put into place. So we want to make sure that everybody understands that. Now, if you unclick the proxy bid and you just put in $5,000, the system is just going to bid $5,000. So understand the difference of that being on and that being off. If it's off, whatever you put in this box and hit bid, it's just going to bid that amount. If you hit it's clicked on and you're doing proxy bid and you put a max amount, the system will bid on your behalf against other bidders until you reach your max amount. Go back to the quick bid mode. This just bids in the increments. This will tell you what the next increment is. Keep in mind tomorrow as we start to close, we may adjust those increments as we get towards the end. So with that, we are going to jump into the video here on hip number 1. This is SRE Paxton Gold Plus. Gold Gus, sorry. They call him Roy. He is consigned by 6 Shooter Livestock. 6 Shooter's been coming to our sales for over 5 years now. They've been a great consignor. We appreciate them. They do a great job finding great horses and doing a great job getting them desensitized and out there. If you're looking for a good solid trail horse, this is a great opportunity to take a look at one here. He is 15 hands tall. He's a 2010 model. He's AQHA registered. They call him Roy. He's a classic gelding that stands 15 hands. He's 10 years old. He papered, so that will justify his, or verify his age. This is a nice gentle gelding that has a lot of arena time. I've seen many miles outside on the trails. He takes his lead, side passes, stops strong, has a good one-handed neck rein, and stays gentle. Roy's is good looking and willing to please. He should be good for most any levels of rider. On the vet notes from his exam, he was examined by Blackfoot Animal Clinic. They showed that he was registered. His heart rate was 45. Respiratory, you can go in and see all of that. No overt lameness seen on the gait exam and flexion, so there was nothing noted negatively on his pre-purchase. He is by Doc Boogie Shug by Little Peppy Conscion by Peppy Sandbadger. Also Shug's Cheetah on the top. On the bottom is out of Cheetah's Paxton Gold by Shug's Cheetah by Doc Shug. Also Doc Model on the bottom. You can see here he's not afraid of water. He's headed right out, riding into the river there. I'm guessing that's probably the Snake River up there near Blackfoot. Again, 6 Shooter does a great job getting these horses out and exposed to a lot of different things. We just think they do an awesome job in bringing some great horses to our sales. Again, they've been coming for 5 years. I'll remind again, this is an invitation only sale. So every consignor here was invited to participate in our sale and based off of history and experience that they've had in previous sales with us. I will mention, I know a lot of people are kind of new to the online and the auction, and we're getting questions. My wife is on the phones and trying to do the best. We are kind of in separate rooms, so if you have questions, she will try to help you as much as possible there on the phone. If you're having technical things, it may be something that we'll get with you later this evening. And I will point out, back on the Octria site, if you go to up to the contact us, there's actually a place for contacting Octria if you're having issues. Hip number 2, we're going to jump in here to their video. This is Johnny. Johnny's brought to us by Cobb Family Horses and Mules out of Weiser, Idaho. He is a 15-hand 2010 grade gelding. He's 10 years old, weighs 1,250 pounds. He's a cowboy's dream no matter your age or size. Johnny is a super fancy model bay with 4 black feet, good to rope, ranch, trail ride, sort, cut, you name it, he can do it. Johnny has been used extensively on big ranches his whole life. He knows how to put a full day's work in. He's super safe, stays broke no matter how long he's laid off. Johnny will make a very broke gelding that is in the bridle. He will spin both ways and will slide stop. This gelding is good to rope on in and out of the arena. He's very cowy and has a lot of try. Head or heel, he's good to go. Johnny has excellent ground manners, and he's excellent to catch, tack up, shoe, clip, load. Johnny's a horse that any outfit would love to be around. He's extremely versatile and all-around great gelding. Talking with Matt, I know he said you can rope both ends on this horse. He's a great ranch horse. You can see him here working just in a halter, riding around, working. Matt compared this to another horse that we saw back in May that was one of the top horses in our sale in May, and he said this horse is every bit as broke and every bit as good. He's just a good solid, whether you're looking for a ranch horse, a rope horse, a good solid trail horse out on the mountains. You can see here how responsive he is just in the halter. He loads up here good in the trailer and out. Just a good, nice, solid. He's a good size, 15 hands, 1,250 pounds. If you need one to go out and doctor on, if you're needing a versatile rope horse, you can rope both ends on. As you watch through most of this video, here he is working off a bridle, and working off no bridle and working off the feet. Just a good, solid, nice horse. If you're looking for something that's finished broke, here he is right here in front of you, and just a big, nice, good-looking, solid bay gelding. He's got a nice hip on him. I like how this horse just kind of level-headed, pays attention. Obviously, he's works off of a halter, works off of no bridle. You can see him later in this video riding in the bridle. We will mention too, we're going to use the first 2 or 3 minutes of these videos to watch these horses due to time, but a lot of these videos are much longer. If you haven't watched them, make sure that between now and when the bidding starts closing tomorrow, you take the time to go and watch all of these videos. Some of them are 10, 12, 13 minutes long. So make sure if you haven't seen them and you're interested, go and watch all the video. You see how he just kind of stops and stands there. Just a nice, good, solid using gelding. Moving on to hip number 3. This might be one of my favorites in the sale. I've really struggled to pick a favorite in this sale. Usually I have 1 or 2, and I've struggled. There's a lot of nice horses in this sale. So I've struggled more to pick a favorite, but this one is on the short list. This is DJ Smoke and Start. He's smart. He's brought to us by J. Arrow Livestock. They call him Ace. He's 14.2 hands, 2007 model AQHA gelding, so he's 13 years old. He's extremely broke, trained as a cow horse, and has been shown lightly. Ace is an awesome ranch horse, great to ride outside on the trails, will turn around correct, and has a good stop. He takes his leads great and soft, lopes soft, collected circles. He's gentle with no buck or spook. He would be a great horse for anyone to ride. He's very handsome. He's just a good looking horse. I like how here in this video right here where out on the pasture you can see him rake that cow, get up there, put him in place to get him caught. Here he is riding bridleless. I've watched this video a few times. Much of the video, Jerry's riding this horse bridleless in this cell. Just a good, nice, you can see him spinning, working off of his feet. He's got the pivot. The ride-up mentioned that he'd been shown lightly. He's got that kind of a finish. If you're looking for something that you might can go show on, you'd probably finish him into a heel horse pretty quick if he's not already there. Possibly even make a calf horse out of him. But looking for a good solid ranch horse. But here again, you watch this horse riding around with no bridle. He's got the handle. Watch how he carries his head. That's another telltale. It's one thing to ride bridleless. It's a whole other thing to ride bridleless and watch that horse keep his head nice and tucked and collected, and see how he carries his head even with no bridle and no bit. Gives you a pretty good idea of how broke he is and how nice of a horse that is. That's just a good, nice, solid. He's good looking. He's registered. He's got a great handle on him. This just another one. This just a really nice, solid horse. Jerry, J. Arrow Livestock, Jerry and Megan have been coming to our sales off and on for about 3 years. They've been to every sale, I believe, this year. They've had some really nice horses in our sales. they're always one to consider that might be at the top. And this batch of horses they brought us for this sale is no exception. Again, I like how this horse carries his head, carries the bridle. He's nice, he's collected, he's flexing into that circle, loping a nice circle, picking up his lead. If you're looking for something, you might can go do some performance work or show or rein cow horse, just about anything. Here's one that's just a nice, good, solid, young gelding, not horribly old. Actually in the prime of his life. You know, he's 13, he's got enough experience that you're not going to have to teach him a lot, but he's got a lot of years left in him. Moving on to hip number 3. Hip number 3 is Steel. Steel is brought to us by 4D Ranches. Got a Parma, Idaho. He's 15 hands to a 2008 great gelding. He's blue-gray gelding, weighing in around 1,300 pounds. He's an excellent rope horse, head or heel, good in the box. Been used to brand on a lot as well. Brad's had him out there for 3 years and used him on the ranch, including in a dude string. He's very beautiful and powerful build. He's good to shoe, will go anywhere. I know talking to Brad, he said he's roped on this horse out of the box in the arena quite a bit. He just didn't have an opportunity when we were helping him get videos put together to get somewhere and have somebody rope with him. You will see later in the video he does rope out in the pasture and works a cow, actually tips the cow and gets him on the ground. You can definitely see this horse has had some experience out on the ranch. He's good, solid size, 1,300 pounds. Nice, good looking, big hip. Again, I'll remind everybody, I'm not going to go through the vet notes, but you can go in here into the pictures of any horse, scroll through. Every one of them has the vet report. You can see it. They're all written a little different, so I don't want to try to read them. It'll just kind of stumble me up, but make sure you go in and you can see them. This is something you don't see every day right here, where Brad's going to take and trip this cow up and get her on the ground, work that. You can see that horse knows right what to do. You pull her over and get her on the ground. You know, if you're a rancher and you've been out doctoring cows on your own, you know how to do that, but not everybody sees that every day. You can see how well this horse handles it. You can see here in a second when Brad gets off to pull the rope, how the horse handles the rope, holds the cow, keeps some pressure. The cow starts to jump up. You'll see this cow, the horse will keep some pressure on the rope. See right there where he keeps back and gets some tension on that rope. You can tell the horse knows what he's doing. He knows how to do his job out there. If you're looking for a good solid ranch horse or a rope horse, there he is. Brad mentioned that he had him in his dude string. Brad had a guest ranch for several years, that he had a lot of guests come and ride lots of his horses, and he's since gone a different route from the guest ranch and sold his guest ranch a year or so ago, but he's still got a lot of the horses that came out of that. You can definitely see this horse has got the experience of being out on the ranch and working the cows. Big, nice, good, solid gelding that you can go use on the mountains, or take him out and use him on the ranch, or go rope on him. Just a good, versatile, solid gelding. Moving on to hip number 5. Hip number 5 is brought to us by KD Performance Horses, Wade and Lindsay Davis out in Ballard, Utah. This is SLR Hospice. He's a 14 one-hand 2009 AQHA gelding. If you're looking for a gelding that is very versatile, this is your guy. They've had him all over the mountains hunting. They've packed on him. They've drug in the pack string. He's very fun to ride. He will do full days of work on the ranch. He's nice and easy to trail ride on. That's not the best part, though. He is one cool heel horse with a big, deep, smooth stop. He'll take you to the pay window. He's very consistent. You can see him here in the video. Wade roping on him. I also know last year on the elk hunt, Wade's nephew rode this horse out on the mountain and on the elk hunt. Took good care of him. You can see late in this video, too, where they packed, I think it's elk. It might have been deer on him. There's some video in here of him packing some of the animals. Again, you can see him. If you're looking for a finished heel horse, here he is. You can see Wade catching these steers. He's putting them right in the right spot. You'll see here going through the obstacle course, not worried about the cart. Handles these rocks good up through here. As Wade said in the catalog write-up, he's just a good, solid, versatile horse. He's only 11 years old. He's got a lot of life in him. Here's another one. If you're looking to go have a horse you can go rope on the weekend and use on the ranch during the week, and take out on the trails during the hunts, pack on him when you go out on the Uintas or wherever you might go, he's ready to do it all. He's registered. Get to his pedigree here, which I failed to read the pedigree on hip number 3. We might come back and do that here in a minute. This is SLR Boss Haas. He's by Smart Little Ramrod, by Smart Little Lena, and Doc Lena. He also has Peppy Sandbadger on the top. So on the top, on his papers, you have Smart Little Lena, Doc Lena, and Peppy Sandbadger. One generation off, you're going to have Doc Bar, Peppy Sand, Mr. Peppy Sand, or Mr. Sand Peppy. You got a lot on the top. On the bottom, he's out of Little Lena's Blunder, by Poco Blunder, by the great Poco Bueno. Also on the bottom, you have Smart Little Lena again. So, if you're looking for cow horse, you got Smart Little Lena, Doc Lena, Peppy Sandbadger, Poco Bueno, and Smart Little Lena, all on this horse's papers. He's also got a mare on the bottom side that's one generation off his papers as a daughter of Freckles Playboy. You got Doc Lena one generation off. You got King one generation off. Just a heck of a pedigree for a cow horse and for a foundation bred type horse. Just a good, solid, nice gelding that's, as Wade mentioned in the catalog, very versatile, ready to go use. See him carrying the flag here, takes everything in stride. That's a nice horse right there. It's going to make somebody a horse they're really going to appreciate. Moving on to hip number 6. Hip number 6 is brought to us by Keaton Phillips out of Rigby, Idaho. This is John Willy. He's a 15-2 hand, 2016 model AQHA gelding. He's a very nice, young, gentle, athletic gelding that stands right about 15-2 hands. He's still going to grow at his age, so you might get up to 16, 16-1. He's a very nice foundation. Just about anybody can take him in any direction. He travels out really well. Always knows where his feet are. He's very level-headed. You can see here, this is just a 4-year-old. See him pulling the car with this little boy across there, just taking it in stride. See how he's carrying his head. He's not worried about it. Looks like he's got a great disposition and mind on him. He is, I'm getting the pedigree up here. John Willy is by Hancock's Bluebird, by Waldo's Top Hand, by Hancock's Happy Flyer, also Wind in the Boston in the top. On the bottom, he's out of Driftin' Lita Checks, a daughter of Grula Driftwood, by Drift's Chip, also has Idaho Hanging on the bottom. You see him here working some cows. Just a good, solid, nice young horse. He's put together well. He's good looking. He's got a pretty head on him. Carries everything. See him working through water here. He handled pulling the car great. Level-headed. Again, for a young horse, looking how he's carrying his head, just taking things in stride. Working, you just tell it, for a nice young prospect, he's got a good start on him. I like the looks of him. Like the way he's carrying that collected lope. For a young horse, if you're looking for a young prospect, we don't have a lot of young ones in this cell, but here's one right here that's got almost his whole life in front of him. He's got a great start on him, got a nice handle on him. You can just see he's pretty willing and easy going. Just looks like a nice, good, solid gelding. You can see him with the rope being swung. I believe Keaton drags this log here, or branch, or whatever you want to call that. See it flip over. Again, he just kind of handles it in stride, not spooking. Good, nice, solid gelding there that's going to make somebody a nice horse that's got his whole life ahead of him. Okay, moving on to hip number 7. This is Wayne. Wayne is another one of those on my short list that I really like in this cell. If you're looking for a trail horse, mountain horse, gentle horse, here he is. We're always looking for what 6-shooter is going to bring us next, and this is no exception. This was the first horse in the sale, consigned. He's big, he's solid, he's a draft cross. You can see in this video that he's just easy going, got a great disposition. He's 15.3 hands. He's a 2014 model, so he's only 6 years old. He's 1,200 pounds. He's a cool bay draft cross. He's part quarter horse, so he will ride, and part draft to be exceptionally gentle. This is the grandpa and grandma type of horse that you're looking for. He's gentle enough for the whole family and one heck of a trail mount. Just like the guy he's named after, John Wayne, he is one cool hombre. 4 black hoofs, tough as iron, good bones, and you know he will always be sound. Just like John Wayne, this guy will get you through the Badlands too. He's been used to check cattle and been wild hog hunted on as well. So he's got some experience there in different avenues. He's big, he's solid, he's easy going. You can see in this video his disposition. I know talking with Larry and Laura, this is one that they've really enjoyed and had fun with and liked. I know Laura was really excited about him. You know, you can even take him to the water slide here and use him as a bridge, I guess. But you can slide under him. It's just, they do such a great job of showing us the disposition on these horses and finding new ways to do it, and we always look forward to doing it. Just a big, nice, solid gelding. I know I've talked to a few people about this horse, and you know, this, if you're looking for a trail horse or a mountain horse, you're probably not going to find much better than this one right here. He's going to take care of you. He's going to be sure-footed. He's going to have big, solid feet. He's going to hold up. You know, heck, if you need something to pack an elk out, you can probably get a whole elk on him. Just a big, nice, solid, good gelding, ready to go out and make somebody. This might be the kind that's a horse of a lifetime that you just be your best friend. And he's only 6 years old. You know, he's got most of his life ahead of him. He's just really getting to the point that he's coming into his prime and got his whole life ahead of him. I always pay attention when 6-shooter sends us horses and kind of to which ones that they get excited about. And again, I know that they were been excited about this horse, and that should tell you something. This is just a big, nice, solid horse that's ready to go make somebody a great best friend. Moving on to hip number 8. Hip number 8 is another one of the Cobb family horses, mules horses. This is a horse that I've actually a little more familiar with. I've seen this horse in the past. He is Jag's redeemed Lynx. He's a 15-1 hand. Actually talking with Matt today, he said he's probably closer to 15-2 hands. 2007 AQHA gelding. Lynx is gorgeous. Head horse, finished head horse, ranch horse, cutting horse. Sorting, gentle and quiet, trail horse. He's 13 years old. He's bred to watch a cow, and boy will he ever. Absolutely gorgeous gelding that is black as your new felt hat. He rides even better than he looks. He's a true cowboy's dream. Go rope, ranch, show, or pleasure ride on this guy, and he will be your go-to mount. Lynx handles the very best, rides right in between the bridle reins, and goes where you pointing. He has the smoothest walk, trot, canter that they've ever seen. He will run cow horse pattern, would excel in ranch versatility events. He's very calm, quiet, easy. You'll see here in this video in a little bit, they ride him bridleless. He has been riding in big country, used on the ranch, in a huge feedlot. He has what it takes to get the job done, yet kind enough for small cowpokes to ride. He's always the same, even with time off. Come check this stylish gelding out. You will wear the wheels off a pickup to find another like him. Again, I was talking with Matt a little bit about this horse today and how good of a finished head horse he is. I saw this horse a couple years ago. I saw him roll. He's well broke. I've seen a young boy spend 2 days riding him around and just doing about anything they want on him. This is a good, nice, solid gelding. Going to his papers here. He is by Redeemed Lynx, by Lucky Joe Lynx, by Doc's Lynx on the top, also Freckles Solace on the bottom. He's out of Jag's Chromo Mist, by Jag's Dakota Bar, by Jag's Rusty Nail, also Lark's Dandy on the bottom. So a lot of foundation breeding there. Good, nice, big, solid gelding. Seen work the gate here. Again, just another really nice, solid gelding. We were excited to see this horse in the sale because we knew of him before. You can just see he's just a good all-around, solid, easy-going, good gelding, but knows how to do a job and can go out and get you possibly the pay window at the roping, but go out and doctor cows on him, calf on him, you name it. Just another good, solid, versatile gelding. You see him here working off his feet a little bit. Again, this video goes about 7 minutes. There's also a second video there. If you haven't watched them all the way through, go take the opportunity to finish watching those videos and the second video there. Moving on here to hip number 9. Hip number 9 is Chase. He's a 16-2 hand 2014 grade gelding brought to us by Carl Ackerman. Carl's been coming to our sales for about 3 years now. Brings some great horses. Carl works in a lot of the big feedlots out there in Colorado and Nebraska. These horses see a lot of long days in those feedlots, get a lot of experience working gates, working the cows. This is one that they've started on the barrel pattern, as you can see here in the video. If you're looking for something big, flashy, and means all business, then Chase is your guy. Chase is a 16-2 hand, 1,175 pound businessman. He's lightly been started on the barrel pattern, has seen many miles in the feed yard and ranch. Don't forget about the trails. Chase is best suited for an intermediate to experienced rider because he's all about the work and it's there to do his job and to please you. Chase is a fancy broke that rides around with a great handle, soft in the face and the ribs, as well, and very responsive, quick and fast on his feet. He has great powerful stop, a wicked turn. He shoes with ease, loads and backs out of the trailer, ties and bays. For more information, hopefully you've called and talked to Carl. I know talking to Carl and Chelsea, his wife, that they really think this is a really nice gelding. He has the opportunity to go make a barrel horse, a head horse, be finished out and be in something that can win you some money. I know that they think he has great potential in the barrel pen. Carl does a great job with these horses and getting them going and getting some miles on them. This is another one. He's just coming into that age. If you want a barrel horse to make him into one, or a rope horse, he's 6 years old. He's one that's just ready to go finish out into what you want. And you know, when they say that, when Carl tells me that he's got potential, I'm going to pay attention to that. We've seen a lot of horses from Carl. We've had a lot of positive feedback from the people that have bought his horses over the last couple sales. And here's another one that's just a really nice, good, solid gelding that's ready to go. And again, if you're looking for something that you want to finish off into a barrel horse, Carl and Chelsea have told me that this is the one right here that has the potential to go and turn into a barrel horse and be something. You see again how he's kind of carrying his head, just nice, level-headed. He's collected. Got a good, nice trot, extended trot out there. Boy, that's another one that if you need to go out and ride some fence or ride some cows out on the mountain, he's going to cover some country for you. Picks up that lope right on his right lead. He's still collected, carrying his head right where it needs to be. You can just tell he's got a good start. He's got a good handle. Carl talks about him being soft in the face and soft in the ribs. Just a good young, solid gelding, ready to go and make something. Okay, moving on to hip number 10. Here's another one that's on my short list that I really like. This is Whip Hancock Jinx, brought to us by JRL Livestock. He's 15-1 hands. He's a 2013 model AQHA gelding. He's a gorgeous blue roan gelding that has a pretty head and a huge hip, lots of foot and bone. He's very balanced. He's absolutely gentle and honest, very friendly. A real people-loving horse. Whip has been rode a lot in steep, rough country. He has led pack strings, has been packed on as well. They've been riding him in the arena as well, and he will lope soft, collected circles, knows his leads, and a real good stop. If you're looking for a beautiful, gentle family horse to trail ride or to ranch on, you'll love Whip. He's great to rope on as well, and would make a nice rope horse out in the arena. I know talking with Jerry, he really likes this horse and has really enjoyed him. He's told me over and over how nice of a horse this is. You can see right there, you can even mount him off the trampoline. I like again how this horse carries himself and works with Jerry in the video. Carries a flag and part of it, I believe. Got his papers up here. He is by Hancock's Blue Zeb, by Hancock's Blue Boy, by M.R. Roan Hancock, also Mira Hancock Jr. on the top. On the bottom, he's out of Maddie Girl Hancock, by a daughter of Roan Ambrose, by Blue Valentine. Also Hancock's Blue Boy on the bottom. So you got a lot of the Hancock breeding there and Blue Valentine. Good solid foundation kind of breeding lines there. Just a good looking, if you want to get noticed, here's one that's definitely going to get you noticed. Very solid, good looking gelding. Here he is traveling out across on the mountain. Just good looking horse. Again, he's one that's on my short list of what I like. You just see how he stands and handles in this video, the different things. Just a good, solid, nice, ready to go gelding, and go use him in several different directions. Pretty versatile from the ride up that Jerry gave us. You can use him by any way. You can see he's good handling his feet right there. This is just a good, solid horse. We were excited when we saw him in the sale. We've been excited about all these horses. I talk about a short list. It's kind of a short list for a sale. It's a little less than half the horses we normally would have, but this is one of the best set of horses, and this is a just nice, good, solid gelding right here. See Jerry bridle him up here. You can take the bridle nice and easy. Just a good all around. Again, talking to Jerry, he's just told me this is just a good solid horse. The kind you don't find every day. Again, if you haven't seen all these videos, make sure you go back and finish watching them. Watch them out. We're going to move on here to hip number 11. This is another one that I really liked. It was one of the early consignments. I've talked with Jane on this horse quite a bit. I know they've had several people go and ride him and try him, and just a good, solid gelding. He's got a great pedigree as well. This one was brought to us by JC Performance Horses. They've been coming to our sales now for about a year. Everything they've brought us has been great. We love to see their horses. We're always excited to see them come to our sales. They've always had good horses. We've had a lot of good feedback again. All of these consignors are consignors that are in the sale because we've had good positive feedback over our experience with them. This is Zanpar Nick. He's a 15-1 hand 2010 AQHA gelding. He's pretty, he's easygoing, he's athletic, he's gentle, he's kind, he's fun to ride. Walled is a bomb-proof horse. He started heading and heeling live cattle in the arena. He has tons of promise as a rope horse on either end. He's been shown successfully in ranch versatility shows where he's excelled in ranch trail and ranch riding classes. He shines in the show pen, and he has the look and the judges like. He's currently being used to gather and brand cattle. He is smart and willing to do anything asked of him. He's the one that they put their friends on because they know he will pack them safely down the trail. No matter who rides him, kids to cowboys in the show pen or in the branding pen, this horse keeps his cool. He always aims to please, and he has a heart of gold. His papers are loaded with great horses. His breeding is a wonderful mix of cow, speed, reining, foundation bloodlines, and they're proud to offer him. We're proud to have him in our cell. His sire is Anpar Nick. He's a notable son of Reminick. He's a reining and cow horse point and money earner, and the sire of money earners, and the sire of an APHA reigning world champion. His dam is great mare Sparkles Rosa Zana, NRHA Futurity champion with lifetime earnings of $123,380, and she had 258 points in 6 events. Her dam, Diamond Sparkle, is the dam of Shining Spark. This horse is out of She's a Ducks Bar, who was a hard-working ranch mare and carried Flip Bars, Sugar Bars, Driftwood, Hancock, and Azure Tea Blood. I have a note here from Jane that talks about in the last 2 months they've had all kinds of people come and try this horse. They call him Walter, and he's handled it very well, including working in the brown pen, beginners, and kids riding. He's very versatile and a willing horse. You won't find a prettier or kinder one anywhere. Again, this is a horse I've talked to several people about. It's just a good, nice, solid gelding, ready to go make somebody a really nice horse. This is one that everybody ought to be paying attention to. Really, every horse in this sale, everybody ought to be paying attention to. But this is another great horse brought to us by JC Performance Horses, and we're excited to have him. He goes back to the Zanpar Bar, which is one of our personal favorites in our family. My wife rides a Zanpar Bar mare. That's kind of her horse of a lifetime, and we really like that breeding and the breeding this horse has got. We talked about the sire and dam. I'm not going to go into the rest of the pedigree, but it's up on the website. He's got some great pedigree, as Jane mentions in the write-up. That's one that just everybody needs to pay attention to. Moving on to hip number 12. Here's another one. We kind of got a slew of them here on the short lists. This is Bruce. He's brought to us by RMO Horses. RMO Horses out of Heber City, Utah. They've been coming to our sales off and on for a couple of years now, and we're always excited again to see these guys again. Every consignor in this sale is somebody we invited because we have good history with them, and we know that they've always got good horses, and we'll back them. Bruce is a 16-hand 2012 draft cross gelding. He's big, he's athletic gelding, and can get around like a small horse. He's fun to ride. He's good to ride any day of the week, ride alone, on the mountain, or wherever you want to go. He's smooth to ride, athletic, and will make somebody really happy when they own him. He's got no buck, no spook. You'll always look good on him. Use him on the ranch or on the trail. Make him your next dressage or hunter project. He's got a lot of flash and color, and he's guaranteed by RMO Horses. You can see him here. You saw him out around the trains, and they do some stuff with the Heber Creeper up in Heber City, Utah. And so if you're looking for a horse, I don't know that you want to go rob the train, but if you're looking for a horse with some experience around the train, he's been there, done that. They're shooting off of him in here. You saw him there in the water. He's been used in the branding pen this year. There's some pictures up on that and some video working the cow. Just, you know, he's big, he's flashy, he's going to get you noticed. If you're looking in the parade, you can go out and ride around the trains, ride in the water, ride in the country, get out on the mountain. Just big, solid. He's going to get you noticed. You know, there's everything about this horse to like. Just a big, nice, solid, easy going. I like how he carries his head there. He's just taking everything in stride. You can tell he's got miles of experience behind him. He's only 8 years old. He's got a ton of life ahead of him. He's one that is probably another one that could make you a horse of a lifetime here. Just good, solid, well-built gelding that's versatile. You know, Joe mentions that even for a big horse, he's very athletic. Again, they used him in the branding pen. You can see here, again, loping, how he's carrying his head, carrying these circles, easy, nice, smooth lope. Just a big, nice, solid, great gelding. I don't know what else to say. This horse can get you noticed, and he's got everything that you're looking for. Just a big, nice, solid gelding that's fits right in with this group of horses. That they're all just all great and nice, and this one's no exception. And we're excited to have it. We're always excited to see Armo horses as well. This is another one that we're just excited to have in our cell, and you can see he's very versatile and can do about anything for you. Moving on to hip number 13, which is another one on my short list. I guess my short list isn't really that short. I kind of like them all, but this is another one that I really am excited about being in the cell. This horse qualified for the World in Ranch Versatility this year. Unfortunately, that competition was canceled, so he didn't get to compete. But it tells you something that he qualified to be there. This horse is brought to us by Tegan Perry out of Ephraim, Utah. It's Kernel Spotlight, 15-3 hand, 2014 AQHA and APHA gelding. He's dual registered. He's good-looking 6-year-old gelding with lots of eye appeal and flash. He's been shown successfully in AQHA versatility, ranch riding, and ranch trail. He qualified for VRH World in June until the event was canceled. This gelding has been ridden out on the trails, been exposed to cattle, and been helped turn back cattle, been used in the branding pen, roped in the Hillmatic. Everybody comments on how pretty he is. This horse is very well put together. I really like the way he's put together with his hip and just everything about him. He carries his head really nice here. He is by Legacy and Lights, by Hip the Lights, by the Gray Starlight. Also Elderberry Ace on the top. On the bottom, out of Colonel's Rare Gem by Colonel Jesse's Jane by Colonel Freckles. Also Bingo Schringer Boy on the bottom, and Lynx Jewel Mare. It's going to go back to Doc's link. This, again, watching this video, I really like how this horse carries his head, carries the bit, how he moves out, crosses the country. I like later in this video where she works some cattle with him, how he works the gate. This is the kind of horse you might get, and might not ever have another one like him in your lifetime. If you're looking to go show, if you're looking for a ranch horse, this horse could go do reining, could go do reining cow horse, could do some cutting. You could go do the ranch versatility events. You could finish him out to go rope on him, take him and use him as a ranch horse. There's just, a lot of the things about the ranch versatility is the versatility part. Look how he works off her feet here, spins and pivots. You can see the hours and hours it gets to get a horse to this point. This is one that just, again, I was excited to have him in the cell. I love the way he's put together. I love how he carries himself. I love the buttons that he's got on him, and the amount of training he's got into him, the versatility that he's got. This is just a really, really nice horse. Somebody's going to be just thrilled when they get this horse. Again, we've got a whole cell full of them, but I really like how this horse is put together and how he handles everything. It's just a great, nice horse that I hope somebody sees just what's there. That is, it's in this whole cell. There's great, nice horses, but this is one that just really catches my attention, and I really like him. I think that this is the kind of horse where, you get a horse of a lifetime. You're not going to see very many like this, and there's a lot of those horses in this cell. Moving on to hip number 14. This is Ringo, another one on my short list. Another one that I know 6-shooter was real excited about. Early on in this cell, Laura was texting me some with this horse. I know she was excited. It's just, boy, you don't get much prettier. You don't see a lot of these chocolate palominos. He's well put together. You can see there he's got all black feet. He's just a nice, good-looking gelding. He is 14-3 hands. He's a 2014 grade gelding. They say wow, wow, wow. I myself can't say wow enough. Ringo is a beautiful dappled chocolate palomino with a wonderful white mane and tail. He stands 14 3 hands. He's 6 years old. He has reining and cutting training as a 2-year-old. Again, I'm going to go back, when you put those kind of miles on them and you get that kind of experience and hours and wet saddle blankets to do the reining and the cutting training, you just get great horses. With that said, Ringo knows how to ride and look good doing it. He's pleasure out on the trails, and he's even more enjoyable when tracking cattle. If you're looking for a first-class gelding, then Johnny Ringo is your horse. He's good neck rein, nice stop, turns around, takes leads, and is gentle. Will make someone's family proud to have him. Again, when 6-shooter tells me they're excited about a horse, I always pay attention. This is one I know they were excited about right from the get-go. He's pretty. He's going to get you noticed. Again, you don't see very many of these chocolate palominos out there and around. You can see how he carries his head. He's carrying the bit. He's riding right there into the water, no issue, no hesitation. You can tell he's got the experience and miles. He's just handling it like he's been there every day. You see him come up over these rocks here. I don't know if you've ever waded the creek and tried to climb something like that. You can realize it's not the easiest thing to do, and he just kind of takes it in stride. See how he handles up and down the hills and walking around. It's just, again, I know I've said it a lot tonight, but we just have such a nice, great group of horses. I'm excited about them all. It would be fun to have had this live where I could see them all in person, but it's just a great, great group of horses, and this is another one that's no exception. Again, we've seen a lot of horses over the 5 years of doing sales, and 6-shooter's been there all along the way, and they always are right there in the mix for which horses might top the sale. And here's another one that's just no exception, just a really nice, good, solid, pretty gelding that you can see they've done a great job with. He's, whatever you want to do with him, he's ready to go. Moving on to hit number 15. This is Mighty Golden Bar, brought to us by Cobb Family Horses and Mules. He is a 15 3-hand 2012, dual registered again, AQHA and APHA gelding. They call him Goldie. He's a big, pretty, gentle, athletic, head-turning horse. He has been shown in the arena and will collect up and as nice as can be. They have ridden him countless miles outside on the trails. Nothing bothers him. Goldie has a smooth walk and trot and canter. He's one of those horses that can ride all day. He's been used around cattle and will take them where they need to go. He is paid. He can be laid off for months. Sorry, there's a typo there. He can be laid off for months at a time, and you'll have no problems. He's good to load, clip, bathe, shoe, easy to catch. You can call Matt and talk to him. He's truly a cool kind of horse. He's dual registered again. You can see they've used him out here a little bit on the ranch, working cows this spring. This is one that Matt sent me early on too that was pretty excited about. He is by CCC Mighty Clue, by TTT Mighty Awesome, by Bar Link Macho Man. And obviously in command on the top as well. Also has Miss Impressive Poise on the top. On the bottom, out of Barlink Peaches and Cream by Barlink Tardy 2 by Barlink Macho Man. Also, he's line bred on the bottom with Barlink Macho Man. He's a 2012 model. I don't know, I talked back and forth with Matt. I think his papers, well, I'm going to go back and look here. His APHA papers call him Palomino, which is obviously not correct. His AQHA papers had him as a sorrel, so he was probably darker when he was younger. This is one I've talked back and forth. I'm not even sure what color to call this horse. I think probably Perlino, but he's a cool color. You're not going to see very many like him. He's put together well. He's got that big, solid front shoulder, a solid hip. You can see him out here working, pushing the cows. Just a big, nice, solid gelding. You know, Matt's been telling me they've been riding him all over out there. His kids like to ride him. They've really enjoyed having him out there and using him this spring and early summer. Boy, he's big, he's solid. There's no two ways about that. Whether you're looking for something to hold a cow on the ranch, or if you're looking for something to go and win a halter class on, he's probably going to stand out in a halter class for you. Just, boy, he's a cool color. You know, he's flashy and going to stand out. Okay, moving on to hip number 16. Hip number 16 is Coleman. He's brought to us by Keaton Phillips. Keaton, I don't think I mentioned on his earlier horse, Keaton's been coming to our sales for about 2 years. Brings some nice horses, does a good job with them. This is a 15-1 hand, 2008 grade gelding. He's a horse that has been there and done that with a world of experience, solid to ride outside, good in the arena, very easy to be around. He's an awesome mountain and trail horse. He leads pack strings. He's good to catch out in the pasture. He's good for the whole family. Don't miss the opportunity on this horse. You know, he's just kind of a carrying his head nice and level, easy going, been there, done that kind of a gelding. He's good looking. Just got a nice travel out walk kind of right there. Looks like he's got, can't tell for sure, but it looks like at least 3 of his feet are black. Good, nice, solid, easy going horse, just covering the country and taking it with stride. As Keaton says in his write-up on this horse, it's one that just about anybody in the family can ride. Kind of a been there, done that. You can see him here carrying the flag. Just a good, solid all-around, ready to go gelding. You can see him pick up his feet. It's good to handle his feet here. I like the hip on that horse there. Looks like he's deep girth. Just a good, solid, nice gelding there. You see he's paying attention there at the end, Keaton, and just there's a good, nice gelding in his prime. Moving on to hip number 17. This is Silk. Silk is brought to us by 4D Ranches. He's a 16-3 hand, 2012 grade gelding. He's big, 1,300-pound, gentle grade gelding. He's very personable, very gentle, very willing. Been there, been used in the mountains, excursions, and is a great trail horse. Kids can ride him. Novice riders to experienced riders will fit this horse. He's a big, pretty mover with lots of style. He could see this horse becoming a successful English mount or ground covering ranch horse. He will even share a job with, he'll even share a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with you, with his rider. Silk wants everybody to be his friend. Everybody on the ranch loves who he is. They're hoping he goes to a special home. I know I've talked with Brad quite a bit about this horse. He really likes him. He's a cool horse. He's just nice, good, solid. He's got a pretty gray with that dark mane and got a pretty hand. You can see Brad riding him here bridleless. I don't know if this video wasn't the best of the best, but you can tell he's bridleless there, riding him around, just how he handles it. This is just a nice, good, solid, big gelding. He's going to travel out good. He'll wear your hat for you, or at least drop it on the ground. You can see him here. I think, you know, Brad's going to work this other horse off him a little bit, kind of show you how he'll work on a cow. Again, you know, Brad had a guest ranch for a lot of years. I think this is another one that came off of there where a lot of people have used him and ridden him. And he's had just a good, solid, nice gelding that about anybody can use. About any rider, according to Brad's write-up. See how he just stands there. He's paying attention. You can see with his ears pointed back at Brad, he's paying attention to what he's doing, what he wants. He rides out, travels out nice. just a big, good, solid using gelding right here that, again, Brad mentions he's great on the mountains. He's probably going to cover some good country for you and travel out fast and cover some country for you. This is just a good, nice, solid gelding. See him pivot, spin back there, working and driving one-handed. You don't see a lot of these big, tall horses anymore. Here he's going to take the bridle off, riding bridleless again. This is one, we get people all the time that will message us and asking, for 16-plus hand horses. We don't see a lot of them anymore, but here's one right here. He's big, he's solid, he's got a lot of life ahead of him, and one that, if you're looking for a hunting or mountain horse, there he is right there. Moving on to hip number 18. This is another one that's somewhat unique in the sale. You don't see this every day. This is a money-earning mare in the cutting pen. She's brought to us by KD Performance Horses. It is Jewel Badge. She's a 14-2 hand, 2002 AQHA mare. She's a good cutting horse. She has NCHA lifetime earnings of $7,626. She cuts like a dream. Her sire has lifetime earnings of $95,787, and her dam has lifetime earnings of $25,797. Pick out your cow and let her do the rest. Wade bought this horse to learn on and has learned a lot from her. She's awesome. She has a great handle on her. She will gallop collected circles and stop off your seat. She's a good trail horse, walks out great, and will ride off alone. If you're looking for something to go learn how to cut on, here she is right here. Again, you don't see a lot of these money-earning horses come through and be available. She's a little older, but she's still got a lot of life ahead of her. You could go learn to cut on her in the cutting pen. You've got a youth that's wanting to learn on the cutting pen. Go use her as a trail horse. You can see she's going to have the miles to take everything in stride. She'll even play soccer here, I think, with the medicine ball. On her pedigree, she's by Playboy's Badge, by Freckles Playboy, by Jules Leo Bars on the top, and also has Peppy Sandbadger on the top. On the bottom, she's out of Kachina's Jewel by Lena's Jewel Bars by the great Doc Alina. Also Doc's Remedy on the bottom. Also has Freckles Royal on the bottom as a mare. Just a great pedigree for what she is. To go out and cut on. Again, if you're looking for something to learn on, something you can go compete on, something maybe go into the ring cow horse, or go do some penning, some team sorting. If you're looking for something you want to go get a paycheck in team sorting, you're probably not going to find a better horse than this one right here. She's got all the miles to have the experience to go do about anything. Again, you see her handle the rocks here good. See how she carries her head. Wade's riding her there, nice one hand. As Wade mentioned, this is one where you go pick out your cow and sit and probably let her do the rest. If you ever rode one of these finished cutting horses, they're fun to ride, fun to go work on. This is something that you don't see every day, to have the opportunity to buy a horse with lifetime earnings. Heck, even if you're looking for a brood mare that's going to produce you something, here's one you can go ride her throughout the year, breed her next year, get you something that's got a pedigree of earnings behind it. Right there on her papers, her sire and her dam are both money earners. She's a money earner. If you're looking for something to throw in and get a couple of foals out of that has some money earning history, but you can ride her as well. This is not something you see every day. Don't let her age fool you. She's got a lot of years ahead of her, and not an opportunity you get every day to buy a horse that's a money earner like this one. Moving on to hip number 19. This is another one of the short list, which again I'm going to admit is not very short in this sale because there's a lot of them I really like. This horse is brought to us by Mike Savio out of Manti, Utah. It is Rockin' the Revolution. It's a 15-hand 2015 AQHA gelding. They call him Rocky. He's a 5-year-old, extremely broke and gentle riding. Anybody can ride this special guy. He's a finished reining horse. He's been ridden all over the mountains, ponies, colts, loads in the trailer, easy to catch, shoe, ride. You can lay him off for months, and he's the same horse. When you get back on, he'd be a perfect lesson type horse for someone just learning the ropes, and anybody that appreciates the horse, that is broke how one should be and wants to enjoy life and ride out every time they get on. He's a great family type gelding. His sire is Einstein's Revolution, who's a lifetime money earner of $354,470 in the NRHA, and he's a $2 million sire producer. This horse will even go in the house with you and watch TV. You saw him at the beginning of the preview in this picture. We've had fun with this picture, sharing it around. I think Mike got in a little bit of trouble with his wife, though, for what happened with Floyd in that picture. But just a nice, good, solid horse. I like the way this horse is put together. I like watching this video, his temperament. We are going to point out there is, besides the initial vet report, there's a second vet report that we posted earlier this week. Mike called me. He mentioned that he was riding him earlier in the week and he just felt a little bit off. He wanted to make sure everything was okay. He took him in and had the vet check him out. They ultrasounded and double checked some things. That vet report's up. Go take a look at it. Make sure you're familiar with it. The vet says he's going to be fine and there's no issues. But it is there. We want to point out that it's there. And this is another one where just, this is, you don't see these horses every day. A horse of a lifetime kind. I really like the way this horse is put together, and how he carries himself and the disposition. I've talked with Mike about this horse since I think early January, February. He's been telling me about this horse. I've seen him in person down there. We've actually got Mike riding a horse for us right now. If that tells you what we think of his training. And we were very excited to see this horse come and be in the sale. It's just another great one. On his papers, he is by Einstein's Revolution, by Great Resolve, by Great Red Pine. Also, Bogey's Flash Jack on the top. On the bottom, he's out of Jazzific by Jazzy Spookstar, by Spooks Jasmine, and J Sugar Bars on the bottom. Also, Snips Ray is a mare on the bottom. Great foundation back into there. Just a good, nice, solid pedigree. Nice, good, solid horse. Look how he carries his head. Mike mentioned he's a finished raider. You see how he moves. He does several flying lead changes in this video. That's not something every horse will do, even with the training. But you can see, I think he's going to do one right here in the flying lead change. No, he's keeping them going the same way. But if you watch this video, the horse does do some flying lead changes. This is just a really nice, solid, good horse that we were excited to see again. All of them are in this sale. There's the flying lead change right there. I minimized it a little too quick, but we do want to point out that additional vet report. Please, if you're bidding on that horse, go check it out and make sure you're familiar with it. Moving on to hip number 20. This is Joshua. This is another one I know I've talked to some people about on the phone. This is a unique colored horse. You're not going to find very many like this. He's Palomino paint. You just don't see that every day. Another one brought to us by 6 Shooter Livestock. He's 14 3 hands. He's 2012 grade gelding. He's 8 years old, so he's got a lot of life ahead of him. He's just full of beauty. He's been used as a dude horse. He's gentle and safe. Has covered several miles of rough terrain. Is always ready to ride. He stays broke with time off as well. You see him squeezing between the trees there. They're riding him in the water through here, riding through the rough country. They mentioned in here he's been used on the dude string. I like the hip on this horse. I like the deep girth and front shoulder. He's just kind of cool markings and coloring. Again, you're not going to see this every day. You don't hardly ever see Palomino paints, but here's one right here. He is grade. He's not registered, but obviously got some paint background in him. And he's just a cool looking horse that, very unique coloring and markings, but put together well. Another one that, I've talked with him off and on that just is a cool, fun horse. You see him going down the railroad tracks here. Takes everything kind of in stride. Just a good, nice, solid horse. If you're looking for probably another one that would make a great family horse kind of a thing. Go out and ride the trails, ride the mountains. take him hunting, just to pleasure ride down. Here he is right here. You don't, you can't beat good dispositions. See him coming through all this train. You can tell he's just kind of been there, done that. Coming through the water here, no hesitation. Climbs right up out of there. Just, you can tell he's got the miles out there where he's been there, done that. But he's only 8. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Just handles everything in stride. Looks like he travels out really well. I'm going to cover some ground for you. Looks like he's got good footing going up and down those hills and in the water. Just a good, nice, solid gelding. Point out something on here for anybody that trails rides a lot. I've done a lot of horses that I've seen a lot of miles in the arena that you get them out here and you start riding through the trees like what that last scene was, and everything they walk around they're watching and paying attention to and a little bit watching. You can just see with him, he's just been there, he's done it. He takes it in stride and he's been there and had that experience. Okay, moving on to hip number 21. Another one brought to us by RMO Horses. Mike can haul him on the semi. I asked Joe when he sent this video why they didn't start the semi up and drive away. But this is a cool little horse. I like how he's put together. He is, again, brought to us by RMO Horses out of Heber City, Utah. His name is Chip. He's 14.2 hands. He's 2012 model, AQHA gelding. Actually, I think he's grade. Sorry, that's a misprint. He is grade. He's as cute as a button. He's an awesome little trail horse that travels out good. Always good on the trail. He's been used to gather and brand. He'll certainly stay broke. He's good in front of the line, in the middle of town. He's sound, good size for those that don't need a big horse. You can see him working here in the branding pen. You see him handling the water, moving out. I know I've talked to some people on the phone about this horse. He's just kind of a cool little, all-around kind of a package. He covers the country good. Anytime that we see horses coming in that come from any of these consignors, we're excited. But our RMO's no exception. You see how he's carrying his head here. He's nice and collected. I like how he's loafing this circle with his head nice and collected. It's smooth. Nice circle. Just a good, solid, all-around gelding. And I know talking with Joe that this horse is real nice, versatile little kind of horse. You get in the branding pen, those horses are kind of nice because they can move around really good in those smaller areas. As Joe mentioned in the write-up, they're easier to get on and off. I'm getting to that age where I kind of like these smaller horses because they're just so much easier to get on and off. You've seen him here in the video working the branding pen, just traveling out through this country. Just a nice, good, solid horse. And you always know that that's going to be the case when they're coming from RMO. He's just kind of cool. He's solid black. I don't think there's any white on him. He has all black, 4 black feet. Trotting up through the river or creek there. I mean, just taking everything in stride. You can see how he's carrying his head, paying attention to his rider. Just a good, nice, cool little horse that somebody's going to, another one that just might, be the horse of a lifetime. He's only 8. He's got his whole life ahead of him. You don't see a lot of these straight black horses with no white. We've got 2 of them in this cell. This one and hip number 8, they're just, this is a cool horse. And again, whenever you see something coming from there, it's always going to be good. Seeing working the cow, holding the rope, paying attention. Just a good, solid, nice, all-around gelding that I know somebody's going to really be excited about getting him. And again, I know I've talked to a few people about that horse that really liked him, and somebody's going to have a really nice horse there as well. Moving on to hip number 22. This is Bentley. This is another one brought to us by Cobb Family Horses. Bentley is a 14-3 hand 2012 grade gelding. He's absolutely gorgeous and built like a Bentley. Bentley is quiet, gentle, easy-going gelding that you will find always safe to saddle up and go even with long periods off. He has more whoa than go. He's confident on the trails and on the ranch. He's fine alone or in groups. He is good in loud traffic, crazy dogs, kids, bikes, and blowing tarps. Bentley has also a really nice ranch horse that's been used for all the daily tasks, including branding, trailing, sorting, and doctoring. He's an all-around nice gelding to have around. He's one that you will enjoy every time you saddle him up. He's the same every trip with no surprises. I just saw that on my other screen here, the vet report flash on him. I want to, again, all these horses have the vet reports, and one of the things I failed to mention that was also part of it was on the grade horses, the vets verified the age, and so they were verified to the catalog age by the vet. Again, those vet reports are in the pictures on these horses, so you can go look at them there. This is, another one I've talked with Matt off and on for a few months about this horse. He's just, Matt says he's the kind that you just can lay off and pull out and go. He's good, he's solid, he's gentle, he's easy going. Just a good, solid, another one that might make a really good family kind of horse that about anybody can go out and use and ride, whether on the mountains, in the trails, or out on the ranch. See him driving on back here. You can even stand up on him, I guess, looks like, here. Looking at him right there, you look at how big and solid his hip is and his front shoulder, and just a big, solid, nice horse there. Again, it's pretty versatile, family kind of type of horse. Can be laid off and go and used in many different directions. Moving on to hip number 23. It's another of our young prospects in the cell. Again, I mentioned at the beginning we don't have a lot of young prospects, but this is one of them. This horse is brought to us by Jim Christensen down in Sterling, Utah, by Gunnison. He is HF Bar Magic Drift. He's a 14-2 hand, 2017 AQHA gelding. They call him Magic, and he is an all-around, solid, everyday kind of horse. He has the kind of disposition to accomplish any job on the ranch. He's a good handle and very willing. He would make a good two-handed 4-H prospect or a top-notch rope horse later on. He's approximately 14-2 hands now, but will mature around 15 hands. Jim does a good job getting these young horses going and started. This is no exception here, watching this video of this horse. Just a good, nice, solid, young prospect. He's only 3. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's got a great start on him, ready to go. I like the hip on this horse. And again, another good, solid front shoulder and deep girth. He is by Blackwood twice, by Drift's Chip, by Double Drift. And Drift's Chip again on the top. So he's line bred on the top with that Drift's Chip. On the bottom, he's out of Hollywood Red Balloon by Chasing Hollywood's Chicks by Chocolate Chickalina, which I believe is the son of Smart Chickalina. Also has Magic's Red Baron on the bottom and Miss Peppy's Espada on the bottom. So a lot of good cow bred, foundation kind of bred. A little bit of Western Pleasure breeding up there on the top. Just a good, nice, solid, good-looking bay gelding. You can see there he's got good footing coming down the hill. Seeing how he's carrying his head. Rope in the circles. Young, he's got his whole life ahead of him. Here's one you can go finish. Jim mentions he'd make a good option for somebody that's looking for a two-handed 4-H horse. Those are not always easy to find that's got the disposition for that, but still is in the right age range to get you in the two-handed. But he'd have 2 years, I think. Yeah, you could do 2 years on him in the two-handed 4-H program, and ready to go and do that. So just, another good, nice, solid horse here is a younger prospect. This guy's whole life ahead of him. I like how he carries his head, tucking his head, giving his face, working off the rein in the foot there, how he's flexing around and his footing. Just a good, nice, solid young gelding there. Moving on to hip number 24. This is Coors Gold. He's brought to us by JRL Livestock out of Weiser, Idaho. He's a 15-hand 2008 grade gelding. He's pretty palomino that your family will love. He's a gentle trail horse, been ridden all over the mountains. He's been on busy streets and handles commotion well. No spook, no buck, easy to catch, and likes people. Stout and well-built horse that will last you a long time. Talking with Jerry about this horse, this is one that he just said about anybody could ride and go and use. He's really versatile all around, kind of go do about anything on. You can see here, loping the circles, working out. I know Jerry said this is a great trail type mountain kind of horse. Go out and, if you're working cows a little bit out in the pasture on the range, gathering, or riding the mountain, he's well put together. He's 12 years old, so in the prime of his life, but got that kind of experienced, settled down gelding that, I'm sure you can lay him off, you can throw his hat. I know later in this video, you can even hit a home run off of him. Jerry stands on him and swings a bat off of him. You can see his disposition. He's got a pretty head, a big, nice, solid hip, good front shoulder. Paying attention to him there, you can see him licking his lips. He's relaxed. These are the kind of geldings everybody's looking for, and they're not that easy to find anymore. To find them with this kind of experience and miles on them in the prime of their life, they're hard to find anymore. They're getting harder every day. And here's one that's got some pretty color to go with it. Here he is hitting the home run. I'm not quite sure that cleared the fence, but he at least got a foul ball off of it. See him handling his feet there. Again, he's relaxed. He's licking his lips. He's taking everything in stride. I can't say enough that these horses, and we've got a bunch of them in this cell that just easy going, and they're hard to find. Everybody's looking for them. We get calls all the time of people looking for just these kind of horses, and here's another good one right here that's got the looks to go with it. Bridles up, good and easy. Takes the bit nice. I like how that horse just stands there, relaxed, carrying his head, ready to take whatever Jerry asks him to do and do it. And I guess you can even jump off him. Might probably break my ankle if I tried to do that. But this is just, JRL's brought us some really great horses over the sales, and all these consignors have. There's another one. Somebody's really going to like this horse and be excited to have him. Moving on to hip number 25. This might be one of the most unique horses in our sale. We don't see a lot of Appaloosas, but this is a big, nice one. I know I've talked to several people about him. And another one that is from JC Performance Horses, and I know James really liked this horse. I'm talking with her, and just another one that could go in just a lot of different directions. He's big, he's solid. His name is Big Joe. He's 16-1 hands. He's a 2013 grade gelding, so he's just 7 years old. He's an honest using horse with big spots, big stride, and a big heart. He's a polka dot prince with wonderful personality, and will meet you at the gate. Kind of attitude. He's an eye-catching 16-1 hands with foot and bone to last forever. He has a start in dressage and over jumps and has potential as an English horse. They use him for trail and pleasure riding, so he has a solid foundation and is well built. they think he'd make a cool rodeo pickup horse, a head horse, a racetrack pony. Take him over to the show pen, or just have a big pretty ranch horse. He's bold and beautiful mover. I know some people went and signed before the sale. They've been riding him daily on the trails and in the arena for the last 5-6 weeks. You can see him move there, see how he carries his head. You know, Jane mentioned he started in dressage. We don't see a lot of that. We got a couple in here that could potentially make dressage horses. This is no exception. I like how collected he is, carrying his head there, how he's flexing. You know, just a big, nice, solid, good using gelding with his whole life ahead of him. He's going to cover some country with those big, nice, long legs. Looks like he's got all 4 black feet. I can't tell for sure, but it kind of looks that way. Maybe the left hind's not, but just how he carries his head there. Got the stop. He's backing up. He's paying attention. His ears are forward. He's waiting for her to tell her what he wants, and you can just tell he's willing and ready to do what she asks. Again, this is maybe one of the most unique in the sale, but I know I've talked to some people that are excited about him. Jane's brought us good horses every time she's come, and this is no exception. I got another note from her on him. His personality is big and flashy as he is. He's always willing, happy and willing. They've shown him to some English riders who have felt he'd be an excellent hunter-jumper, 3-day eventer, a dressage horse. He spent the past month riding the desert trails, seeing the sights, and getting seasoned and ready for a new home. Jane does a great job with these horses. She likes to see them go to good homes. I know she stays in touch with a lot of the people that buy her horses, and I see stuff all the time of how happy people who have gotten her horses are, back and forth with her, and I'm sure this is no exception. Just a big, nice, solid gelding. Moving on to hip number 26. This is Bradford, brought to us by 4D Ranches out of Parma, Idaho. He is actually a registered APHA. His registered name is This Is a JR Cowboy. They call him Bradford. He's 15 3 hands, 2009 APHA gelding. He's 1,200 pounds, well built, black and white, 11 years old. He's very good looking and very personable. He'll be the first to meet you at the gate. They've used him on the ranch, moving cattle and out on the trails. They've done a little bit of roping on him. You can see him here in the water, carrying through and working in the water. Just big, nice, solid. He's pretty. You know, if you're a paint person, you don't get much prettier than this. His papers, the picture we got's a little bit blurred. On the top line, I can see it's this MR is a Cowboy by Arthur Cowboy by, I can't read that last line, but Fancy Phase is a mare on the top. And Who's Kitty Cat on the bottom I see there, but he is registered APHA. Apologize, I don't have the best picture of these papers in front of me, and his actual papers are filed away here. But big, nice, solid, good-looking paint gelding. This could have been Little Joe's horse in Bonanza. I guess that ages me to be able to say that, but just a big, nice, solid gelding. It's been used on the ranch and out on the trails. And again, I mean, they're getting these good geldings in the middle of their life and the prime, that have the experience. They're not easy to find anymore. And here's another one right here in front of you that's, you can see, good and ready to go with some good experience. Been used on the ranch, been out on the trails. He's big, he's solid. Just a nice, good, solid, registered paint gelding. You see him here. Brad was telling me he had to catch this mare. They've been out loose and was on this horse, so we went out to catch her and use her. He was hoping to get some better video of actually roping, and that they were not on the same page with the person taking the video and the person on the horse. But you know, he did go out and catch this mare. They've been running loose on him that day, and got a little bit of video of that. kind of see him working the rope. But just good, again, a good, nice, solid, whether you're looking for a ranch gelding or a mountain horse, or potential, go rope on him. Brad did mention they roped on him a little bit. Just another good, nice, solid horse from 40 ranches. Moving on to hip number 27. This is the third and final horse brought to us by KD Performance Horses. Wade and Lindsay Davis. I don't think I mentioned earlier, they've been coming to our sales since our first year, off and on, and always have some really nice horses. They do a great job with their horses and their program, and they brought us 3 really nice horses for this sale that we're excited to have. This horse is Blues Freckles Color. They call her Jessie. She's a 15-hand 2004 APHA mare. She's a pretty paint mare. She's been a trail horse her whole life. She rides around good, side passes, good to haul, tack and tie. For more information, you can call and talk to Wade. I don't think we got, again, the original papers that we got are filed away where I can't grab them, and we didn't get a picture of her papers up. But she is registered. She's an 04 model. We do have the papers in the transfer here. We just haven't filed away where I can't get to her pedigree and read it. And unfortunately, we didn't get one posted up. You can see her doing the trail course here and working around. I'm going to take a quick break here for just a second, let you watch this video, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, but I'm back. Just needed a quick break there for a second. This is just a nice, flashy, solid mare. I like how she's carrying her head here, working the circles. If you've ever seen Wade or been around these horses, he does a great job with these horses, getting them going and training. And even if he's ridden a horse, it's going to be a good, nice, solid, have a good handle on it. Does a great job. We're always excited to see his horses as well in the sales and having be part of our sales. They just have a great program and do a great job. Okay, moving on to hip number 28. This is the last horse brought to us, I believe, by 6 Shooter Livestock. This is Zips In It to Win It. They call him Wyatt. He's a 15-3 hand, 2014 APHA gelding. He's only 6 years old. This is a good-looking gelding right here. He's a top-notch bred horse. He's been shown in halter, walk, trot, and pleasure. He has potential to be something great. He has great conformation. Is just a handsome guy. Look at the pedigree and you'll see his ability to go in any directions you want and get a good looking horse to boot. He's been rode out on the trails. He's a good trail mount as well. He's flashy with that bald face. You don't see a lot of that. He's got the couple of white socks. He is by Could Have Been Awesome, by Mighty Awesome, by Barlink Macho Man. Also the Escapade on the top. On the bottom, out of Jet Zippo by Jetstream by Lookout Jet. Also Zippo Cash Bar on the bottom. So the bottom 3/4 of his pedigree are quarter horse. Just the top line is pink. Just a big, nice, solid gelding. I like the hip. I like the front shoulder on him. He's only 6 years old. He's almost 16 hands. Again, we get people calling us all the time for this size horse, wondering what we have, and we don't see a lot of the 16-hand type horses anymore, and he's just shy of it. Big, nice, solid gelding. They've had him out all over the trails and going. Looks like he's got all good black solid feet there. Covers some ground really good. I like his size. I like his conformation. Just a really nice, good, solid registered gelding. That, you know, if you're looking for something on the bigger side, again, you don't see a lot of these that have the size. Going to go right out in the water. This one you can probably ride a little bit deeper out without getting wet. He's a little taller. But he just kind of, I like how he's carrying his head and paying attention. Just taking it in stride. And again, 6-year does a great job with these horses to desensitize them and get them going. And just to make great trail horses and recreation type horses. They just do such a great job with that. It's a big, nice, solid gelding. He's flashy, got some chrome on him. Gonna make somebody a really nice, good, solid gelding. Moving on to hip number 29. This is Jimmy. He's brought to us by Adrian Madera. Adrian's been coming to our sales for almost 4 years now. Always has nice horses. We look forward to seeing what he's bringing us. This is Jimmy. He's a 15-3 hand, another big, nice, solid gelding. He's 2006 model. He's grade. He is 1,300 pounds. He's a trail horse deluxe. He's been ridden by all levels of riders. Absolutely no buck. Easy to catch, load, shoe. And he's a good, solid, safe gelding. Adrian talked to me about this horse, and just, he's just a good, solid all-around. Again, whether you need some ranch work or a trail horse, you see him work the gate here. Big, nice, solid. He's got a pretty head, good, solid hip on him. Adrian does a lot of day work up there in feedlots and on the ranches, so you can guarantee he's had some miles on him over the last few weeks. He's big, he's solid, got a nice front shoulder on him, a good hip, traveling out there good. He's that age that's got the experience, but still a lot of life ahead of him. Boy, look at that tail. You don't see a lot of those tails that are about dragging the ground there. Traveling out, looks like a good, nice, smooth trot, covering the country out through there. One that if you need to go cover some country at a long trot, looks like he'd be good that direction as well. Like how he tucks his head there to back, paying attention and what Adrian's asking him to do. And there again, he's tucking his head nice and that back up, paying attention to what he's asking. Just another big, nice, solid, good using kind of gelding. Okay, moving on to hip number 30. This is Captain. This is our last horse in the sale and the last horse from 40 Ranches. Captain is he's brought to us by 40 Ranches out of Parma, Idaho. He's 14 two-hand, 2009, grade gelding. He's half linger. He is 11 years old, 1,150 pounds. He's really sweet and cool, good around other horses. Anybody can ride him. He's been used to pack and pull. He's gentle. He's easygoing, and about anybody can get along with him. One of the first things I noticed, I helped Brad put these videos together, but just kind of the handle on him, how he carries his head, covers some country. Just kind of a cool. They're flashy. They're going to get you noticed, but they're a powerhouse. This is one you can kind of teach him to, if he doesn't, I don't know, you could call him check with Brad if he's pulled, but these halflingers, we seem to see one in about every sale anymore, and they've been popular, and they have good dispositions. They're versatile from being able to be kind of a cart pulling horse to riding. They're big and stout and can carry some weight, shorter to the ground for those that like that to get on and off. This is one I noticed later in this video. We might be getting there. Boy, look at that forelock. Right through here, he's ponying along. Brad wanted to point out to me this horse that he's ponying's 16 hands, just to kind of put in perspective. This, horse isn't as small as he looks necessarily up against this horse, but he's ponying along. And one of the things I was going to point out, you don't see a lot of these halflingers that you can ride real well one-handed, but in the rest of this video, Brad does do a lot on this horse riding one-handed. It's just these horses are cool. They're versatile. They make great trail horses. You can go pull a cart. You can see Brad. Earlier in the video, I know they were out in Nevada checking cows, I believe. And Brad's just told me over and over again how cool this little horse is, and how fun he is to ride, and how versatile he is. Been used out on the ranch around. Here again, I'm going to point out, you don't see a ton of these halflingers that you can ride out one-handed, but Brad pretty much is riding one-handed through the rest of this video. You can see that in him. Just a cool little horse that is going to make somebody a great trail horse, or a recreational kind of horse, or go get a cart and get him pulling the cart. He is 11 years old, so he's got a ton of life ahead of him. Big, solid again. I mean, if you're looking for something that can carry a larger person, but you don't want to have to climb high to get up on, these horses can handle that really well. And this is a cool one. I like how he rides one-handed through this. Again, you don't see that a lot with these halflingers. Just another nice, good, solid horse. So that's the end of our horses. I'm going to come back and just kind of, in summary, talk about a few things. You can see a lot of these, again, going down through here. I've had some bidding on them and are showing current bids at this point. If you want to bid, just click on the horse. You can go in. You have the quick bid option, or you go to quick custom bid and have the proxy. If the proxy's bid, you can enter a higher amount. The system will bid for you only if somebody bids against you. The one thing I will point out on that, if you put it in the proxy bid, it will automatically go to the reserve amount and then stop and then bid if somebody bids against you. If you unclick that and enter an amount, it's just going to bid that amount. So you can see where the high bids in this screen. You can just kind of scroll through and see. Again, if they haven't been started, there'll be a starting bid amount. We expect to see some bidding through the night, but we've had a lot of questions. It is open through tomorrow night. The bidding starts closing at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We do that to give you some time to get comfortable with the system, or for somebody that might have to work or might be traveling out of town and wants to be able to use the proxy bidding. It will start at 6 o'clock there. We might do a quick live feed before the bidding stops closing, just to kind of update everybody on where's the horses out, but there is not a live feed that will be going as the bidding closes. It'll just be in this software on the catalog, and they'll close out in the order. We will remind you too that it's a soft close, so if you go in here and see it's scheduled to close at 6:50, but if somebody bids in the last 60 seconds, it will extend that out 2 minutes, and that would become 6:52. So keep that in mind as you go. We will be monitoring it. We will have staff available on our phones tomorrow evening as we get closer, or as if you get in the morning and you're looking at this and you have questions, feel free to give us a call. There's contact number down here, our email's here. I will also again point out, if you're having technical difficulties and you go into the contact us and you switch over to Octria, the Octria team that writes this software can help you. But again, we'll be available and ready to go. If you want to go in and use the practice bidding, you can do that. We will knock that out. We were planning to run it into Sunday, but I'm actually going to close it out prior to closing tomorrow, probably about 5 o'clock. I'm going to close out the practice bidding and delete it so that it doesn't show up on anybody's account. I can make sure it lands on our account and nobody has that show up to have to pay with their credit card. I will remind everybody too that if you're the winning bidder, you'll get a notification that will give you a link that you can go in and pay. If you have arranged with us payment other than credit card, then do not go in and pay that. Otherwise, if you've not prearranged any other payment method, if you go in there and click on that link, it will let you pay, and you can use a different card than you registered if you want. Again, we'll have staff on the phones. If you're having any issues, you can call us. We've had a few questions about whether or not you could split and use 2 different cards. You absolutely can. If you're struggling to do that in the system, just give us a call and we'll run the cards manually over the phone. Again, feel free to give us a call. We've got 30 great horses here. If you haven't talked to the consignors and you're interested in it, please call the consignors. Make sure the horse is going to fit for you. We're really excited about this group of horses in this sale. We look forward to seeing it close out tomorrow. We thank everybody's support and good luck with getting the horse that you're after. And we will be back tomorrow night again for a quick live before it closes. And then we will be closing out, and we'll have staff available if anybody has any questions. Thanks. Everybody have a great night, and we look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow.
I was